According to this week's Sky Indicators, my honeys, I am just vibrating with excitement.
Absolutely. I mean, I literally cannot sit still right now. Is that good?
Isn't it great? Hello, my nice-hearted listener, and a massive, warm welcome to you, my dear Scorpios.
We are so ready to get into this week's energies for you. I mean,
Ooh.
March 23rd through the 29th of 2026 is just, well, it's foundational.
It really is. But wait, Scorpios are impatient? I'm getting straight to the point. Oh my God, can you look at the chances of the Scorpio this week? It will make you smile.
It absolutely will, because finally, we are moving out of that awful heavy energy from the past few weeks.
Yes, the swamp. I mean, before you can conquer the world, my dear Scorpios, you have to wake up from that cosmic sleepiness, right?
Exactly. The brain fog is finally lifting because Mercury is moving forward. It's officially going direct.
Oh, thank goodness. Because honestly, this retrograde was just brutal for water signs like you.
It really was. I mean, everyone feels a retrograde, but Scorpios absorb it on this deeply psychological level.
Right, it's not just your phone glitching or your Wi-Fi dropping. It is profound emotional exhaustion.
And all those weird, highly vivid dreams that made absolutely zero logical sense.
Oh, the dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, waking up more tired than when you went to sleep. And having zero motivation to even get off the couch. Like just staring at the wall.
Yeah, just total survival mode. Or
Yeah.
dealing with those deeply frustrating misunderstandings in your daily schedule.
Oh, like showing up at 5 p.m. for a 3 p.m. meeting, or booking your travel tickets for entirely the wrong month.
Yes. You know, when you walk into a room and completely forget why you're there?
Uh-huh.
It's been like that, but for 3 solid weeks. You are so deep in your own internal processing that the external world just it just ceases to compute.
So relatable. But that optical illusion of the retrograde is officially done. The alarm clock is ringing.
The fog is lifting, and you aren't just waking up to a quiet little morning either.
Oh, definitely not. Because your traditional ruler Mars is making this stunningly positive trine to Jupiter.
It is a massive wave of optimism and confidence. This transit connects your 5th house of passion and play right to your 9th house of expansion.
Isn't it great? But wait, if our dear Scorpios suddenly get this explosive, frictionless Mars-Jupiter energy right after weeks of heavy brain fog.
Isn't that like strapping a rocket engine onto a bicycle?
Yes, that is exactly what it's like. It is a ton of sudden fuel, like drinking 8 espressos and trying to sit still.
It really is.
So how do they steer this massive burst of passion without totally overextending themselves and crashing? I mean, I would definitely crash.
Well, that is the tension you need to navigate this week. Because a trine provides the fuel, but it doesn't automatically give you a steering wheel.
Right, you just have pure momentum. There's no resistance.
Exactly. Mars is action and drive, and Jupiter is boundless expansion. Whatever Jupiter touches, it just inflates, right? So it turns that Mars aggression up to an 11.
Wow.
So the risk of burning out or making a really rash decision is pretty high.
Which is why that 9th house connection is so crucial, right?
Yeah.
Because the 9th house represents higher learning and big picture strategy.
Yes, the strategy. You don't just use this fiery passion to recklessly speed through your chores or pick random fights.
Please don't pick random fights, my honeys.
Right. You have to aim that rocket at a grand vision. Jupiter demands that you ask yourself what the ultimate goal actually is.
So you are channeling this overwhelming optimism into a highly focused direction.
Exactly. You are transitioning from just reacting to the fog to strategizing with actual joy.
Strategizing with joy. I love that. But, it brings us to this massive contradiction in the sky this week.
Oh, the juxtaposition is phenomenal.
Because you have this explosive boundary pushing Mars-Jupiter energy, but right in the middle of it, the cosmos points all that rocket fuel directly at the most grounded, everyday parts of a Scorpio's life.
Saturn is simultaneously slamming the brakes.
It really is. At the heart of the week, the sun forms an exact conjunction with Saturn in Aries.
And this is a 28-year cycle. The last time this happened was 1998.
I can't believe it. But listen, my dears, Scorpios love a dark, dramatic mystery. Right?
Well, they absolutely live for the shadows. It's their comfort zone.
Right. And Saturn is the planet of boring rules and discipline. How on earth does our intense, passionate Scorpio deal with the universe telling them to stop being mysterious and just organize their desk and do their paperwork?
I know it sounds so tedious for a water sign, but here's the thing they need to understand. True power requires a solid foundation.
Because chaos isn't actually mysterious, it's just exhausting.
Precisely. You cannot be a mysterious, powerful force of transformation if your daily routine is a chaotic mess and your inbox is overflowing with unread emails.
And this is happening in their 6th house, right? the sector of the daily grind and routines.
Yes, the sixth house. Aries is the sign of impulsive initiation. It wants everything right now. And Saturn is like a brick wall saying, no, you need to fill out the forms in triplicate first.
Oh, wow.
And we know this is about deep power because this Sun-Saturn duo is also linking to Pluto, which is Scorpio's modern ruler.
Wow. So Pluto, the lord of the underworld, is getting activated by this 28-year structural reality check.
It means tectonic plate shifting changes to your foundation. Saturn is saying if you want to wield that intense Pluto power, you have to master the mundane.
The sun illuminates everything, and Saturn demands absolute truth.
So you are going to look at your job, your habits, your daily schedule, and see with ruthless clarity exactly what is stifling your potential.
Which means a massive reality check in their professional circles, too.
Unquestionably. The sixth house rules coworkers and daily labor. So this week brings a major turning point at the office or with your clients.
Saturn is handing you a red pen, my honeys, and forcing you to edit your professional life.
You are going to evaluate your client list and realize exactly who stays and who absolutely has to be cut out.
Because Scorpios are fiercely loyal, sometimes to their own detriment, honestly. But this alignment is about structural integrity, not emotional loyalty.
Right. If a client is constantly disrespecting your time or blowing up your phone on a Sunday, this is the week you set a boundary made of solid steel.
But they won't even need to be aggressive about it because of that Pluto link.
Exactly. They will do it with such quiet, undeniable authority that nobody will even dare to question the new rules.
I love that. Supreme structural authority.
Mm-hmm.
Just calmly stating, this is how we operate, now comply or leave.
It is so powerful. And setting those boundaries at work naturally leads to the other foundational aspect of the sixth house.
Oh yes, physical health and well-being.
Yeah.
Because you have to maintain the physical vessel you use to do all this work.
And since Saturn is ruling this sector with an iron fist right now, it is making some very non-negotiable demands about how you handle your health.
Because Saturn governs tangible physical reality and time-tested structures.
Which means it demands traditional, proven, scientifically backed approaches to health.
So if you have a nagging health issue right now, my dears, a persistent cough or bad joints, this is not the week for alternative therapies.
Put the sage wand down.
Cancel the experimental crystal healing session. You need to go to a regular traditional doctor.
Saturn demands measurable proof. I mean, Saturn literally rules the bones and teeth in medical astrology, so of course it wants you to go to the dentist.
Yes. You need to finally book that routine dental check you have been putting off.
Get the blood test. Do the highly practical, unglamorous things to maintain your physical machinery.
Because if you ignore the physical reality of your body under a Saturn transit, it will inevitably force you to pay attention.
Usually through a structural breakdown, so just follow the rules, consult the professionals, and get the data.
It takes the guesswork completely out of it. And what is so fascinating is that once that physical and structural foundation is secured by Saturn, it creates a safe container.
A container for what?
For some incredibly profound emotional healing. Because the other major thing happening is Venus applying to Chiron.
Oh, Chiron, the wounded healer. This is such a tender, nuanced energy.
It really is. Chiron represents our deepest chronic emotional wounds, but also our greatest capacity for empathy.
And when Venus, the planet of love and aesthetic joy, touches Chiron, it acts like a soothing balm on those old scars.
For our Scorpios, who feel everything so intensely but hide it behind that cool, impenetrable exterior, this is a massive opportunity to heal deep relationship wounds.
So we have strict boundaries at work, but radical vulnerability in relationships.
Exactly. If there's a heavy defensive wall you've built up to protect yourself from past betrayals, Venus is gently encouraging you to lower the drawbridge.
It's the universe signaling that it is finally safe to let joy back in.
Because your Saturnian foundation is now strong enough to handle it without you feeling overwhelmed.
That structural anchor is so vital. It's the difference between drowning in your emotions and simply swimming in them.
And the fascinating thing about this sixth house energy combined with this desire for love is how it might physically manifest. Because the sixth house isn't just work and health.
Oh yes, it traditionally rules our daily companions, right? Small animals.
Yes, in modern astrology, this translates directly to domestic pets. Not a majestic horse, mind you, because that's a different house.
Right, we are talking about a little rescue kitten or a puppy.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Imagine a Scorpio acting all tough, putting up their famous emotional walls, but melting completely into a puddle because they just adopted a rescue puppy.
I can picture it perfectly. This alignment brings up a tremendously strong urge to fill a situation's vacant spot in their home.
We see right through that tough shell, my honeys. You are totally going to adopt a new pet.
And it perfectly synthesizes the entire week. I mean, taking responsibility for a dependent life fulfills Saturn's demand for duty and structure,
And integrating that into a daily routine satisfies the sixth house.
while experiencing that profound unconditional love is the ultimate expression of Venus and Chiron.
It is brilliant when you look at the mechanics of it. Adopting a pet acts as a literal physical tether to the present moment.
For a water sign that might otherwise get completely swept up in that massive Mars-Jupiter rocket fuel, a pet demands that you wake up and perform a routine.
Right? You can be radiating intense Pluto-level authority in the boardroom all day, setting massive boundaries, but you still have to come home, drop the armor, and feed the cat.
It forces you to ground your energy into the mundane reality of the present. It is domestic stewardship as a form of spiritual grounding.
Finding the profound in the ordinary, the way the sky weaves these concepts together is just endlessly fascinating to me.
It is a phenomenal sequence of events, from the foggy confusion of Mercury retrograde into explosive passion, and finally grounding it all with a Saturn reality check.
So as we wrap up this analysis of the stars, what is the core concept you want to leave our listeners with?
Oh, I'd ask you to ponder this.
Yeah.
What if the most radical, powerful transformation you can undergo this week isn't found in some dramatic secret life change?
Wait, what is it then?
What if it is simply discovering profound joy and healing through the execution of an ordinary, perfectly organized daily routine?
Finding the profound in the everyday steps. That is a brilliant challenge to the typical Scorpio mindset.
It really is the ultimate mastery.
Take that framework with you as you navigate the days ahead, my honeys. Next week, your Scorpio is waiting for big surprises. In order not to miss it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel called What Do Stars Say? And if you like our horoscope interpretation this week, don't forget to like it. Don't be shy to share your comment with us.
Navigate the friction, build your foundation, and we are sending you so much positive energy.
Yes, have a genuinely empowered and beautiful week, my dear Scorpios. Bye.